Yetunde, you are a perfectionist. One of my mentors dropped this bombshell on me during a conversation some years ago. Before I could utter a word, he added, perfectionists don't achieve much because they want everything to be perfect. The perfect time, the perfect situation, the perfect environment, and so on. There is no such thing as a state of absolute perfection, he added. You can start from somewhere and scale things up. A light bulb experience for me, you will say. That day, I received deliverance over the spirit of procrastination. I love to have a perfect finish, but ever since, I realized that it is okay for me to have some loose ends. There's usually a starting point for the next big thing, I realized. During the last episode, I talked about receiving feedbacks. Self-awareness can sometimes come from either solicited or unsolicited feedbacks, such as the one I just described from my mentor. It is good to get feedbacks, but even better when you act on them. But some feedbacks are detrimental to progress. Yes, I agree. The question is, from whom are you seeking your feedback? Positive feedbacks are very easy to accept, but most of the time, they only get acknowledged but not acted on. Yes, it's very easy to get comfortable receiving praises, but actually not acting on why you are getting praise to improve. When I discovered that I had a flair for writing, I decided to harness it. Harnessing your strength places you on top of your game. Athletes that want to break world records must work hard. They must be relentless in their effort to improve. Talent is good, but not enough. Self-awareness can come from personal discovery, meaning you paying special attention to certain trends, certain traits in you. It could be trends in your personal life or that of your family member. In Yoruba tradition, there is something called oriki, meaning in English, indigenous praise. Every family in Yoruba land has it. Yoruba is a tribe in Nigeria, and Nigeria is a country in Africa, specifically West Africa. I came from an aristocrat family. My forefathers were the founder of my city of origin, Osogbo. I'm of the lineage of brave men who excelled in leadership. My forefather, Olutimei, was the first hunter to bring an elephant alive from the thick forest. What an act of bravery. He was the first one to discover the river Osun, after which Osun State was named. He was a pioneer, a forerunner, a proficient hunter, and a dedicated leader who preferred to be engrossed in hard work than enjoy the glamour of the limelight. That's a story for another day. When the oriki of my family get chanted, it is not hard to see where some of my traits came from. But there was a particular one that recently grabbed my attention. Ọmọ amọ̀ọ́pa mamota, which means the daughter of the one who is proficient at getting the job done but lack the skill to profit from it. It takes a great deal of hard work to be a good hunter. My forefathers were not just good, they were brave and excellent in their job those days. It was a profession that a lot of people benefited from financially. So you go into the thick forest, you bring home, wild animals, you sell some, you feed your family with the rest. But in case of my forefathers, they gave most of it away instead of profiting from it. No wonder I do a lot of things for free. Now, another one is Oko Irese Omo Woyira Ko Mabara Erukeru. Erukeru abilala lẹ́nu. Woyira kó má bàa ra ìgbàkígbà. Ìgbàkígbà ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ń sọ. Woyira means in English, be careful, take precaution, especially when recruiting your workforce. Erukeru means somebody that works for you. And Igbakigba was referring to merchandise. So, be careful when making business decisions. All these are pointing to the probability of some people in my lineage paying dearly for making wrong business decisions. So what are they telling me? As somebody genetically connected to these people, is to be cautious, to be careful, to make sure I don't repeat the mistakes of my progenitors. Self-awareness is a discovery of why you do things in the way you do them. No matter how tired I am, the dishes has to be done before I start to cook. I love making lists and crossing them off. The joy of crossing deliver a task off can be compared to winning a medal for me, as far as I'm concerned. But why do I do all these things the way I do them? I discovered that one of my core values is peace. Another one is orderliness. Celebrating my little wins is also key to me functioning well. I love a peaceful environment. I cannot function in chaos, even if I get paid to do so. Peace is not the absence of issue to me, but for so long there is stability. I can figure a way out. Trust is another relevant element that affects my peace. The lack of it throws me off balance, while its presence provides a strong stability for me. Lack of peace for me could be lack of clarity in communication. I love plain and honest communication, devoid of ambiguity and deception. I got asked in a job interview some years ago about what my employers could do to get the best out of me. My simple answer was clear communication. How many attributes have you discovered about yourself in self